What's up, geeks? I have something really cool to share with you today. And it's not a laser. It's something much, much cooler. This is the Anycubic Kobra X, one of the newest printers from Anycubic. They sent me out this printer to show off its capabilities and upgrades, and some of the newest features in modern 3D printing. So a quick disclaimer, Anycubic did send this out to me for review. But other than pointing out all the new features, all the other opinions are my own. In addition, I've been 3D printing off and on for about the last 7 years. And I've had the opportunity to use quite a few different 3D printers. Everything from Creality, MakerBot, Anycubic, and FlashForge. I don't have any experience with the new wave of 3D printing that's come up over the last 2 years. Mainly the really fast 3D printing and the multicolor 3D printing. So all of this is really new to me. So if you hear me geek out about something that is now the standard, it's new to me, and it's going to be new to anybody that is new to 3D printing. In fact, I just gave away my old school Ender 3 about a week before finding out I was even going to get this printer in to review. So onto the printer, and there's so much to talk about. So the Anycubic Kobra X is a high-speed 4-color bed slinger printer. That's a mouthful, I know. With a 260mm cubed work area. So, bing, 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 bing. That was kind of dumb. 600mm a second max speed and a 20,000mm a second acceleration. It has an all-metal hot end. It has AI assisted printing. Includes an Ace Gen 2 multicolor printing system with all the colors nicely mounted up here on the top. It has expansion ports so you could print up to 19 colors in all. It also has a 3.5-inch touchscreen display. Now, if you're new to 3D printing, you probably don't know what all that means. In fact, I'm not even sure if I know what it all means. But the bottom line is it's fast. The multicolor printing is easy and really hassle-free. It has a well-made hot end for 3D printing, and the AI overlords keep an eye on your print to make sure that everything is going well. That's what I got from all that information. At this point, I probably have about 80 to 100 hours into 3D printing with the Kobra X so far. And I have to genuinely say it has made me excited about 3D printing again. I mentioned previously that I've been 3D printing for about 7 years off and on. A lot of that had to do with the frustration of machines not working the way I wanted, having issues with the files, and just it was kind of laborious to kind of print things sometimes. But this has made it all a lot easier and a lot more fun to 3D print. So a huge number of the old 3D printing pain points have been nearly resolved with this printer, such as bed leveling, changing filament, physically having to babysit the machine to make sure nothing goes wrong with your print, long print times, and clogs. But we'll put an asterisk next to those two for a few moments. The print times and clogs. So here's some things I've printed so far. A Benchy, which is pretty much almost every printer's first print, just as a good calibration type of print. This one took about 40 minutes. I have this multicolor Fox here, which is the first real multicolor print that I tried, and it looks beautiful. The blending and the details between the colors is fantastic. It makes you want to print out a whole bunch of small figures like this for tabletop gaming or collecting or putting on display. But this one is really cool. I also printed this wrongly colored potted plant for Valentine's Day. It also holds a picture here at the top. And this itself was about a 3-hour print. And there's something additional about this that I will talk about at a later time. But the print looks fantastic. I also printed this half of a replacement filament roll. I have not printed the other half yet because when I was printing it, I didn't know what it was. But the print looks fantastic. And one of the reasons why I want to kind of highlight this is because it is a functional part. It is not just a sign. It is not just a toy or a figure, but it's something that can be used in the real world and have some sort of function attached to it. And also what has been my favorite print so far is this X-Men sign. I'm thoroughly excited with being able to do signs and geek-related content like this sign. I even showed it to my wife and her reaction was, "This is badass." So as cool as these items are, it doesn't mean there hasn't been a few problems along the way. I've had a couple print failures. I had a clog error, which was when printing this little flower pot right there. It had an error on my second filament, but I was able to back it out. I refilled it in, it purged it, and it continued on and finished the print perfectly, other than me having the colors wrong on it. Because with older 3D printers, I would have had a mess of spaghetti here to deal with and get upset with and having to throw away. The biggest failure I had though was trying to print this popcorn bucket, and it failed 30 hours into the print. And it failed and started delaminating at certain points. But all these have been user error. I'm still getting used to the printer itself, some of the processes, and also the new slicing software. So let's talk about the software for a moment. I am using Anycubic's Next slicing software, and it interfaces great with the printer. In fact, when I'm using it here in my office, I can set it up to remote print and everything fires off pretty quickly, and I haven't had any problems with that so far. It's been a really, really nice convenience. And it has taken me a little bit to get used to, and it's not because of anything wrong with the software, it's just something new that I am learning, and I am getting to really like a lot of the new features, specifically the remote print. I know the remote print has been available on a lot of other printers in the past, but I haven't had a whole lot of luck with some of those past versions on different printers and different companies, but this one worked beautifully. And not only that, but I'm using the Anycubic app in order to watch my print remotely. I know in the past a lot of people have done things like that on their own by setting up a Raspberry Pi camera, but this has it built in. Right there is the little camera. And it is a live view of the print, and that makes it really nice. So even when I was at work, about once an hour, I'd open up the app, check on the print, everything looks good, and it gives me a little bit more peace of mind. I know that a lot of the manufacturers, for safety reasons, will say that you should always be next to your 3D print, but when some prints take almost 30 hours, you're not going to be staying here looking at it the entire time. So having this AI overlord take a look at and watch your print and have some things built into where it will automatically stop if it detects an error is really nice. Now, I have not had an error detection based on that. I don't believe it was a system error before, but I feel so much better being able to look at my phone and take a look at the progress of the print. And not only for safety purposes, but just for knowing when it's going to be done. In addition to the slicer software, I've been using almost exclusively Anycubic's Maker Online 3D model community. And that's where most of these models have come from. They've also made it really nice. You could download the raw file, or you could download the file right into the slicing software with all the recommended settings from the creators. And that has created a really, really nice workflow from model to printer to final product. And for anybody just starting out, that is a huge, huge benefit and really lowers the barrier to entry for 3D printing. And this improved workflow has made me really excited to not only print, because it's really dependent upon what files you find from other people, but also to create and print things of my own. So back to the printer for a moment. It's hard to believe that this printer with Anycubic's Ace Gen 2 multicolor system built in is only $279. In fact, with all the reviews I've done on this channel, I don't think I've ever really tried to highlight a price as much as I want to talk about this. For that price, you're getting a really good printer. And I think under $300 for a multicolor capable 3D printer with all the features is extremely exceptional. I know there's a lot of other 3D printers on the market that might offer bigger build volumes, or they might appear to have more bells and whistles, but for this price point and for people just starting out, this is a great starting point. In fact, I'm seriously considering buying at least 2 more of these at that price point for bigger projects that I actually want to pursue. And not only is it that incredible price with multicolor, but with additional Ace Gen 2 systems plugged into this machine, you can get up to about 19 different colors that you can choose from and have at your ready anytime while printing. And what I noticed is that even though that I can use 4 colors all at once, when I was switching between models, I would often have to switch the colors, which isn't that big of a deal. In fact, the process is fairly easy. But if I already had other systems stacked up, that it'd really just be kind of like a pick and choose without having to do a whole lot of other setup. And I see a lot of cool value in that. All right, so I'm gonna lean in for this next part. The printer's been great, but here is some honesty, especially for those of you that aren't as familiar with multicolor printing like I wasn't, but you will encounter with this, even though Anycubic claims that they have improved these things compared to previous systems. And one has to do with print times. If you are doing a multicolor print, you are vastly increasing your overall print time, because every time a new color has to be used, it has to come over here to the side and it switches out. It's all automated. I don't physically have to do it, but it does significantly increase the time to print. In addition, when a color is changed out, that material has to be purged, which means that it gets pushed through the nozzle, it gets cut, it gets ejected into these little things called printer poop, and then it goes on to the next color. And it has to do that over and over and over again throughout the process of printing, depending on the complexity of the colors. And it does create a lot of waste. And just to kind of frame things a little bit visually, here is the collected waste from what I have printed so far. But like I said, Anycubic claims that their process and their time is greatly improved from previous systems. I don't have any basis for comparison. So for those of you that are more knowledgeable on it, you'll have to kind of investigate that part on your own. I can just be the messenger here and communicate what Anycubic has said in their promotional material and to me. But I think that is the only kind of so-called downside with using this type of printer. And it's not just Anycubic. Any multicolor printing system is going to have a similar drawback. But my God, I think it might be worth it. There's a lot more to show for this printer, but for that, you'll have to wait for the next episode. In the meantime, here is a code and link for the Anycubic Kobra X. Hopefully you find that this is one of the printers that you're looking for, either to get started into 3D printing or to add into your already existing arsenal. And I hope it makes you like 3D printing as much as I currently do. I'm really excited about continuing to use this thing. So until next time, geeks, don't forget to design, make, and play, and I'll see you next time.